Hey folks, welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. We're heading up to the UP to fish for smallmouth and walleye. Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters. You know, folks, when the heat of August rolls around every year, I like to visit some of the rivers that we have in the Midwest. Today we're on one of the stretches of the Menominee River, which separates Michigan and Wisconsin, and we're up in a small town called Niagara, Michigan. And this stretch of the Menominee River is absolutely gorgeous. The scenery is beautiful, and I got my buddy Wes Paul with me today, so I guess I'm going to be your guide, buddy.
You're my guide today.
Are you nervous about that?
No, I'm excited.
No, I've fished this for many, many years. First time I've been up here in several years. And this stretch of the river is really well known for smallmouth bass, largemouth bass. There's northern pike in here, and there's also walleyes. And you enjoy casting shorelines, don't you?
I do. It's really relaxing, and you know, get a couple fish on, even more fun.
Hey folks, we'll show what we're using and how we're using it. All of that coming up right after this.
The main purpose of leader material for muskie and pike is to prevent bite-off. Seagar Abrazax fluorocarbon is what I use, generally a 130-pound test. I use it for casting, trolling, and my live bait rigs. It provides invisibility, it's amazingly abrasion resistant, and it's very easy to tie. Even though it's a 130-pound test, very supple, easy to tie knots, absolute best leader material for those fish. For more information, seagar.com.
Hey, welcome back, folks. As we talked about, we're on the beautiful Menominee River up in Niagara, Michigan. If you're from Wisconsin, we're only 8 miles from Pembine. And this is kind of a neat river to come and fish in the summertime, especially the shorelines for smallmouth and largemouth bass. And what I'm going to do here is use a Kalin's, what is this called, Ryan?
Tickle grub.
A tickle grub, and reel that real slow because there's deep drop-offs along the shoreline. And Wes, you're going to start with what?
A wacko worm.
Okay, and I see you got a weedless jig on there, and that's really a good idea because we're going to be concentrating on what? Wood?
Wood and weed edges.
Wood and weed edges. Okay, buddy. If you get one on, man, they're fun in this river.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, okay. Wes again here. Wes, smallmouth?
Small, yeah.
All right, buddy. That's the way to do it. I'll tell you what we're doing is just trying to cover water with those swim baits and find the fish. Now, you lost one before that we didn't film. It was a lot bigger than that, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a lot bigger and got off right at the boat.
Well, one of those hot days today, man, so we'll take what the river will give us. We'll get a bigger one.
We'll get a bigger one.
Another one, huh?
Another one, same way.
Same size?
Same size.
Well, we really worked the shorelines. We'll go back to that again. But this area near the dam here, the water's moving, right?
Water's really moving.
Not terrible. We want a bigger one, Wes.
Let's not lose this one.
No, we just kind of figured out where these fish are. They're underneath these logs in this real hot weather. Is that, ooh, Wes. Nice job there, Wes. Okay, I'm on the bottom mount, so you're gonna have to try and net this yourself.
Yep.
There we go. One more Wes, Ryan the photographer filming the show and netting the smallmouth.
All right.
Hey, Ryan the photographer, now I'll tell you what, that is some great movement on your part. That's a beautiful smallmouth, Wes.
That is a nice one.
And what we're finding, Wes, is these fish want the shade in this hot weather, huh?
Right, they're right under the wood.
Yeah, that's right. Just hold them up like that. We'll get them out and get them released. But those are nice bass. And you notice something, Wes, when you fight a fish in the river, how strong they are?
Oh yeah, with that current and just digging.
Nice job there, buddy. Finally, Wes, I got one here in the front of the boat there, buddy.
All right.
I don't know if I'm going to need the net, but these river smallmouth, man, they are an absolute blast. I think I can just flip him in there. But look at the belly on that little guy right there. I mean, the belly on that fish is just unbelievable. And if we get some bigger ones today and they're that fat, I'll tell you what, it'll be a ball with those. Wesley, let's see what you got there, buddy. Another smallmouth. But you know what kind of makes this fun is the target casting, right, Wes?
Yeah, that's a lot of fun casting into that wood.
And you try to find the holes in the leaves and that, you know, along the way.
Yeah, it's like a little video game.
Kind of a tough day on the Menominee River yesterday. We only had really a few hours to fish. But the reason we didn't do well, and I have done well before, there was no water flow.
Yeah, it was real low, stagnant water.
Yeah, so we just picked a lake up here in the UP today, and let's explore. You know, you take a look at the maps that we got, you know, and find the humps and see if we can get some walleyes or bass.
All right, sounds good.
Well, Wes, I guess I'm going to be the first to connect this morning. It's not a walleye. I think it's actually a smallmouth bass, buddy, to start our day. Ooh, not bad there, Wes. Yeah, there we go, buddy. Nice bass there to start the day. And that's the neat thing, folks, as we talked about before, is there's so many different lakes to try up here in the UP. And I just go on the DNR websites and see what's available in each lake. And this lake has smallmouth, it has walleyes, northern pike, and perch. Not bad, huh, Wes?
Not bad, not a bad start.
Hey, Wes in the back of the boat. We got some thunder around us, folks. We may have to leave the lake for a while. What do you got? Oh, nice smallmouth, Wes. Yeah, what we did was we found a bar out here in the middle of the lake, and Wes netting his own smallmouth bass. What was that on, Wes?
That was on a paddle tail.
Paddle tail. Good search bait, you know, when you don't know the spots, and you can cover a lot of water with that. All right, Wes, just hold them up, Wes. There you go, buddy. Nice. Hey, I got one. Okay, let's see what I got. Whoa, there we go. Small walleye. And this is about 1,000-acre lake, folks. And I looked at the map there, and there's a bar right in the middle, and we came out and checked it out before we started fishing, and there's weeds on top. Hey, the rain is falling and Wes is catching. All right. Oh, I got one on too. What do you got there, Wes? Just flip them in, buddy. Just flip them in. Oh, nice walleye. Nice walleye, Wes. Here, I got one too here, guys. Yeah, all right. There we go, and we got ourselves another walleye. And these are really nice eating size fish here, folks. Hey, Wes, I'll pass this back to you. Hold it up together there, buddy.
Okay.
There we go. Hold them up together. What do you think?
It's nice, double.
And you know, I'm just using my standard jerk minnow, you know, and we're fishing in, like I said, on the top of a bar in 13 feet of water with weeds. How was the hit on that?
It was a good hit.
Look at yours. That's a beautiful 17-incher right there.
Yeah, he's solid.
Yeah. Front of the boat again, and we got ourselves, and these are the perfect size walleyes because you can just flip them in like that, folks. And they're all, that's probably about 15, 16. But I'll show you what I'm doing here, folks. I'm a little worried about the sky behind us there. But just a jerk minnow, Caitlin's Junior, the Jerk Junior, and a 1/4 ounce jig head, and just casting out. I'll show you in a few minutes the cadence that I'm using. Just really a nice eater size for Wes. Hey Wes, this is quite the summer shower here after catching those walleyes. Hey, what do you think of that blackfish reindeer, buddy?
This is excellent. Keeping dry, and it's kind of keeping me cool too.
Yeah, it's really, it actually fits so well, and it's comfortable, and it's also windproof. and that's actually the best rain gear I've ever had, and you bought it at Fleet Farm. You really like it.
I love it. I love it. It's breathable and definitely keeping you dry in this weather.
Yeah, Wes, I'll tell you what, I like this Blackfish Storm Skin. It's got this really nice fluffy lining on the inside, and I'll tell you what, it's kind of chilly for late July with this rain coming down, but this Storm Skin is also waterproof. I keep it in my truck year round. At least we're gonna stay dry, Wes. Well, the rain stopped, folks, and we didn't get any bites when that storm came through, and there's a nice walleye right there, folks. Look at that on that jerk minnow. And what I'll do is release this fish. Actually, Wes, do you want to keep a fish or two, buddy?
I would like to, yeah.
Yeah, these are the perfect eating size walleyes. But I'll show you folks how I'm working this deal here. And we had some wind, so I want to either cast with the wind or against the wind. And what I'm doing, using a 1/4 ounce jig head because of the wind, not an 1/8. I like to go as light as I can. Okay, as soon as that jig hits the bottom, I lift the rod tip and just give it a little twitch like that. Let it go back down to the bottom. Give it a little twitch like that, and always watch your line. I like to use the Seaguar High Vis Smackdown so I can watch my line, because a lot of times when they bite, your line will just kind of take a jump like that. This was really interesting, folks. Feels like another walleye. Here he comes. And there we go. These just beautiful, gorgeous walleyes. Now, we learned this lesson last week from Dale Stroshine fishing plastics with the smallmouth bass. As soon as that jig hit the water and hit the bottom, I had a tick like that. And I said to you, Ryan, I said, oh, I lost him. But I just kept working that, and he came back and just ripped it. So a lot of times, folks, if you get that bite, don't stop your routine, your jigging routine. Keep it going, and they will come back. Beautiful walleye.
Breaking news from Fleet Farm. Check out this deal. The Berkley 3-pack flicker minnow are on sale for $12.99, and the Berkley 3-pack flicker shads are on sale for $10.99. All exclusive colors.
We were fishing the lakes of the Upper Peninsula, a 5.5-hour drive from Milwaukee, 6.5 hours from Chicago, and 5.5 hours from Minneapolis.
Live imaging shows you what's below in real time with edge-to-edge clarity and no gaps in coverage, all so you can turn must-watch detail into non-stop action. Only from Humminbird.
Folks, you see us talking about the Johnson Pump washdown kit every week. On a charter boat, pontoon boat, any boat, it's really a great thing to have. Now, you guys get a lot of blood on your hands, so what do you do?
John, this washdown pump right here, the Johnson, just spray it right off. And obviously, we got quite a bit of blood on the back deck, and this thing will take care of it.
So you actually use it while we're out here fishing so the customers don't get blood and everything on them.
Exactly.
And again, that's the Johnson Pump washdown kit. You love it?
Love it.
Eagle Claw, the pick of the week. The Snap-on Float Bobber 12-pack comes in a variety of different colors, which makes it easier to know whose bobber is who when fishing with a group of people. Eagle Claw, the only hook made right here in the USA.
That was 2 casts later, folks. Hope it's another walleye. And we're fishing anywhere between 8 and 12 feet of water, and we're right on the edge of, ooh, this is fighting good. Here he is. There we go. Another beauty there. No, we're fishing right on a weed edge. And you know, when I grew up, folks, we always fished deep rocks in the summertime for walleyes. And the buddies that I fish with, Rob and Pete and Josh, have taught me a lot about weeds and weed edges. And again, we're in 12, but if you cast straight in, it's 5 feet real thick weeds, so we're right on an edge. I was kind of worried that that storm was going to slow the fishing down, but it certainly hasn't. I mean, that line just jumped when that fish hit. There we go. Oh, that's really cool. It's got the weed on there, and I can show you what type of weed we're fishing here, folks. And if you cast in, like I said before, you just get too many weeds. But right on the edge, man, they are just honking that bait. And jerk minnow is usually a lot better bait to use in the spring, but man, they're hammering it today. And again, going back to that smaller jerk junior, I've really gotten to like that bait a lot. Yay, Wes! Oh my gosh, you got a, what do you got on there, buddy? You're gonna need the net there, Wes. You're gonna have to grab the net yourself. It's actually a pretty nice pike. Well done there, Wes. And I'll tell you what, you know, I talk about this all the time, folks. You want, northern pike are delicious. That is the perfect size to keep right there. You know that, Wes?
Yeah.
You ever eat those?
I do. They are delicious.
You know what it is? It's the meat is white and firm, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, hold that out. I mean, that's a real nice pike there, Wes. I forgot to tell you, buddy, we're walleye fishing.
Oh, you didn't mention that.
Okay. What we're doing, Wes, to find these spots, you know, and I'm just using the 2D sonar, but you can see that distinct weed edge right there. Yes. I mean, that is distinct. And what I try to do is position the boat so I'm casting right up into that edge and at times right into the weeds. But those weed edges, that's all day what's been holding fish, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has been. It's really held a lot of fish, and that's where we had our most luck.
And you've been doing well today.
Yeah, it's been all right.
It's now time to announce this week's winners of the Fleet Farm John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2023 Fishing Contest. This week's first winner is Hunter Barlett of Grafton, Wisconsin, caught the 17-inch white bass on Lake Erie using a crawler. Steve Stunkel of Island Lake, Illinois, caught this 23-inch largemouth bass in the Fox chain of lakes using a minnow. Mark Michaelaski of Wallace, Michigan, caught this 30-inch walleye on the Menominee River using a fire tiger. Dane Wolfe of Sheboygan Falls, Wisconsin, caught this 43-inch northern in Ontario using a MEPS. And this week's first kid winner is Tyler Rathbun of Plainfield, Illinois, caught this 16.5-inch crappie on a pond using a worm. And Brady Pultz of Littleton, Colorado, caught this 36-inch snook salmon on Lake Michigan using a Dodger fly. Each week, I shop online at fleetfarm.com to check out the latest deals. This week, the Rapala Rippin' Wraps are on sale, 2 for $12, and 25% off select Lakes and Rivers tackle bags, on sale starting at $14.99.
There you go, Wes. Our clouds have come back here. I hope we're not going to get any more rain. What's that feel like?
I think it's a walleye.
All right. You going to do your old flip in there?
I think so.
All right. Might be a pike.
Out.
Might be a pike. What do we got there?
Pike.
Piker. You know, we got to tell the folks our walleye bite has kind of stopped, hasn't it, Wes?
It has. It's been a bit. Winds died and came back.
Well, we had a wind shift and all that stuff too. But we're still catching fish. I just lost a smallmouth. Can we see that pike, Wes, or not? Yeah, there you go, buddy. You can take the hook out later, but show the. So you're using a Castmaster on the weed edge.
Yeah, I just changed over to Castmaster right on the weed line.
Nice. That's not a bad pike. Good job, buddy. Well, we moved to the calm end of the lake because we want to cook some Johnsonvilles. And I don't know, this feels pretty big, Wes. I might need the net here, buddy. All right. There we go. Oh, no, it's not big. It's just another nice walleye there. There we go. No, we moved to the calm end of the lake so we could cook some Johnsonvilles. And, you know, we had a wind shift. And I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but it's out of the east now. And our fishing has slowed down considerably. But, boy, if you like eating size walleyes, Wes, this is just the size, 16, 17-incher. And you said you've got enough with 6?
I've got enough.
Okay, so you just kept 6. You know, after getting soaked with the rain this morning, a hot lunch would be really nice, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
And that's what I have for you today. And guess what's on that old grill right there?
Bet you it's a Johnsonville.
It is Johnsonville, better with cheddars, but these are double the cheddar, so they are Johnsonville, better with cheddars doubles. And what we do is just put them on the grill for about 5 minutes till they're golden brown. 100% cuts of premium pork stuffed with Wisconsin cheddar cheese. They are just wonderful. What do you think, buddy?
That's a lot of cheddar.
Isn't that great? And I'll tell you what, the smoked sausage is wonderful. Hey folks, look for Better with Cheddars at your favorite retailer today.
Eagle Claw, the pick of the week. The Snap-on Float Bobber 12-pack comes in a variety of different colors, which makes it easier to know whose bobber is who when fishing with a group of people. Eagle Claw, the only hook made right here in the USA.
Meet Chris McGillis of McGillis Weimer, experienced personal injury lawyers.
You know, they come in and what we do is we want to hear their story. We want to make sure they're okay. We want to give them guidance. A lot of times we call it quarterbacking their case, right? Help them put themselves in a position where they can get the best medical treatment, they're taken care of. What we want to do is make sure that the only thing they have to worry about, John, is getting better, right? And we focus on everything else.
I'll tell you what, folks, I've been a proud user of AMSOIL for many years, and us sportsmen a lot of times not only have a truck, but a boat, an ATV, a snowmobile. And how do you figure out which AMSOIL product to use in each machine?
Yeah, that can be a challenge sometimes, and you know, we make it easy. We've got a lookup guide. You just go to amsoil.com, you put in your vehicle, whatever it may be, whether it's a boat, a wheeler, a truck, a trailer, whatever. You pick out your product, it tells you how much and which product to put in, real simple.
And one thing I want to mention too, AMSOIL does a ton of research before you even put the product on the market. You make sure that it's the best.
That's correct. It's years in the making for a product to launch. There's a ton of research and development to make sure that it's going to protect like it's supposed to.
And folks, to find the AMSOIL you want, go to amsoil.com.
What's the difference between a good net and a great net? Simple. It's all in the features. Fortis nets by Clam Outdoors are tough, safe on fish, easy to use, and a telescoping handle. Learn more about Fortis nets at clamoutdoors.com.
This one hit right by the side of the boat. Wes, another one, oh, there we go. Another one of those deals though, where he hit, you know, when I first cast it out, right, and I just kept coming, and he hit again, just kept coming, and he hit right by the side of the boat. You know, a lot of folks ask us what type size jig head we're using, and today we're primarily fishing weeds and, like I said, 8 to 12 feet of water. Earlier we had quite a bit of wind, so I had to use a 1/4 ounce jig head. Now that the wind has calmed down a little bit, I'll go to an 1/8 ounce, and that 1/8 ounce, it'll keep it a little bit more above the weeds than getting deep in the weeds. So another walleye, Wesy.
Another walleye.
Very next cast there, Wes. Very next cast, buddy. Ooh, you know, people say walleyes don't fight. Boy, I disagree totally. They're an awful lot of fun to catch. And there we go again, you know. And again, folks, that's actually one of the first short ones that we've caught today. But yeah, I mean, people think deep in the summertime like this, these fish are right up in the weeds. Yay, Wes!
Feels like it's a nice one.
All right, buddy. What are you using?
I got a gold Google Eye, and a paddle tail.
Paddle tail, okay. You gonna be able to grab that net there, buddy?
Yep.
All right. What do we got there, Wes?
Nice.
Oh, that's a nice bass, buddy. Come on, one more crank, Wes. One more crank, Wes.
No.
What? This is great. Watching Wes do this, I love this. Ooh, that's a nice smallie, Wes. That's a real nice smallmouth bass, buddy. Look at the size of that.
That's a nice one.
Oh my gosh, that is a really beautiful fish, Wes. Now that, Wes, is a beautiful smallmouth bass.
That was a fun fight.
You know what is so cool is, you know, fishing these weed beds, man, everything's swimming in them.
Yes, yeah, we've caught a lot of different things today.
We caught pike, walleye, and that right there is a really nice fish, buddy. Steady retrieve?
Yeah, steady retrieve.
Nice. It's another small walleye there. Actually about 14 and a half. But no, this has really been a fun little trip, you know. The water wasn't moving on Mominy River, so that was tough. But if you come up here to the UP, folks, from Waters Mead all the way up to Copper Harbor, there's several lakes you can try. There's chains of lakes that you can try. And here we are in late July, and Wes, I haven't seen another boat on the water fishing today. It's just amazing. It's a long drive up here, folks, but it's worth it. What do you got on now?
I think it's a nice musk.
Whoa, get that net. Well, here, I better come back there, Wes. I better come back there, buddy. Big fish?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's not huge, but it's nice.
Look at all the weeds around there,
Got
too,
some shoulders to it.
Okay. Get him up a little bit. Get him up. Okay, here we go. There you go, Wes. Now that is a very nice pike, Wes. Grab him by the back of the head real hard and hold him up, and then we'll take care of it. Wow. What was that on, Wes?
It was on a grub.
Oh yeah, here's the Kalin's grub right there. Steady retrieve.
Steady
Hold
retrieve.
him up so we can see a nice, well-built fish, you know? There you go. It's been a great day.
Yeah, it has. It's been a lot of fun today.
You got a big smallmouth, and now you got a real nice pike and a bunch of walleyes. Oh, I got something on here, and we got ourselves, as we near the end of the day, another walleye. Boy, it's been an awesome day, Wes. I've really enjoyed it, buddy. And, you know, we had that front move through, and fishing slowed down for a while, but we've stuck with it, and I'll bet you we've caught 20 walleyes, you know, and various pike and bass, you know?
Yeah, it's been a fun multi-species day.
Yeah, and you know, being up here in the UP, again, I can't believe this. A 1,400-acre lake and not another boat on it all day.
If you are a spring walleye fisherman, grab some of these. They're an incredible bait. Kalin's, rattling google eye, hair jigs. Right there, Ryan. Ooh, that one pounded it. Wow, dude. That is my first cast. Beautiful walleye right there on the hair, man. Perky, lively, smacking hair jigs. Doesn't get much better, does it? Big, fat, chunky spring walleyes.
Folks, I'll tell you what, AMSOIL is the sportsman's best friend. They've got a product to keep all your machines running well. Pete, my bow mount is sticky, it makes noise, and AMSOIL has a product to fix that.
Yeah, and you should have been using it. Silicone spray is recommended for the shaft and the belt on these trolling motors. You see this belt? This is what makes the motor travel up and down. So what you want to do is spray the whole shaft itself. Get a good coating on that. You want to spray the belt here on the back side as well. Once it dries, it lubricates, and it also protects the belt itself. It keeps it from cracking and drying out, and it also resists dust and dirt. One other thing, these locking pins, recommend a little bit of AMSOIL synthetic water-resistant grease. Those are two things that's just going to make this motor work much more smoother and last a lot longer.
Again, it's called?
AMSOIL silicone spray.
Go to AMSOIL.com.
AMSOIL.com.
Oh, Pete, I'm getting too old for this.
So, John, you haven't heard of Brian's Custom Steps?
Oh, Pete, those are awesome. How can I get a set?
Yeah, I love these big no-slip platforms, and they're made right here in Wisconsin.
For more information on Brian's Custom Steps, call 920-315-0333. And folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know where we're going to fish yet. We will find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.